Hi guys, welcome back to the Celia Universe. Welcome back to Violet Talk Billion. It is February now, and January has just scooted on by so quickly. I don't even know where the time has gone. I just thought I'd do a quick video because I have been getting a few reviews, and there was one that I was extremely excited about getting as well. So someone who'd completed the whole series. And who basically had expressed how they felt about it, and just the way that she had put together her complete, I guess, understanding of how she felt and what she felt. She talked about how the canon series was for the wanderers at heart, it's for the souls that search, and also for those dreamers as well. And that was a big thing, the big focus of the series as well, which excites me to no end. That people can jump into a series and be inspired and continue, I guess, to create their own world. Like they can move into a space in which they can say, wow, this particular character has done XYZ, and this is growth out of that. It is a very hybrid series as well, which was fantastic for the reviewer Al to look at. She focused on the fact that it was intertwining Greek mythology, science fiction, and also the true blue Aussie side of it. So I am very Australian. I sound Australian. I love sport. I've been watching cricket all summer, BBL included. I have really strange, intricate quirks that I guess come out in the series as well. And one of the things I do talk about a lot that Al mentioned is that morality of characters, that none of them really sit black and white. And that was what I really wanted to focus on today, is focusing on how we perceive others and how we look at them, in the sense that why do we label them as evil and some of them as good, good, evil, when really, as Alexander Solzhenitsyn said, the line of good and evil runs down the heart of every man, and who was willing to give up a piece of his own heart. So the focus really on the series as well, obviously, it's the coming of age, it's finding your voice in a political hierarchy, but it's also this focus on looking at people and not judging them and not understanding. You don't understand their culture. You didn't grow up in the same environment, yet we have a preconceived notion of who they are and what they're about. And their canon trilogy really explores that. How do we set a standard of equality in how we relate to people and how we address people, rather than having this substandard or perhaps an ill-conceived idea of how they've been raised, based on a lot of facets when we meet them. So it's really finding a niche. It's finding where your boundaries are, what makes you feel comfortable, but also know that other people have those same thoughts and those same feelings, and they're from a different system in which they could have found different ideas and different strategies to face life that are different to yours. And then how we can also get along as a complete cohort to share in that particular experience. So I'm super excited that this review for the whole series has come out. I do know there's a few other people who are going to be doing reviews. I have been reaching out to some people. I know that some people love booktubers, and there's also awesome bloggers on Instagram as well. I'd love to I have been getting in contact and love to get in contact with them, just so they can get immersed into the series as well. And I think this is because there is an Earth element, and we do see these characters in the series venture back to meet their Homo sapien preforms on Earth, and especially Australia and Melbourne being a huge point of that. It'd be great for Australian, science fiction fantasy booktubers to read and see if they engage with the series as well, because there is that focus heavily on not only self-belief, but understanding that everyone's place in society is accepted by them, is their own version, and how we can see that their opinion, even though it might be completely differentiating from our own, doesn't mean that it's invalid. And we go into a lot of that with the anarchism and the focus on the different types of politics, especially when we get into book 3. So I'm super excited that that's happening. I just wanted to say, thank you to Alan for the reviews coming through, and definitely a focus on the whole fact of the morally grey. I did have someone DM me and ask me what I was currently reading, and that had a few questions in the series as well. I am still reading the Black Prism series, so this is actually book 1. Book 2 I've actually left in my partner's car because we go to the beach and read. I don't know why I do that, because every time I come home, like, all of the pages are a little bit worse for wear. And the sand just gets everywhere. Like the book just feels like, anyway, to me, it's like one of the most ultimate places to read. Like you're just off. If there's a nice breeze and the sun's out, you have your umbrella up, perfect. But yeah, so I am reading book 2, but I've actually moved back. So I do like to reread a few of my books, especially in the, I don't know, the spiritual world. So this is just, oh, it's my bookmark, me and my dad. This is just the amazing power of deliberate intent. So I have read this, I don't know how many years ago, but I read, yeah, it could be a couple of years. Or I'm bad with math, and I don't remember times and events of when things happen. I don't know. Some people are good like that. Oh yeah, that happened in 2016. I would have no idea. But yeah, I did have read this before. I'm rereading it. I always believe that sometimes a good book can help you find more information the second time around. And I think that works with not just nonfiction, but also fiction as well. Because I feel like some of the girls who have reached out to me and said they've read my book the second time have, got a lot more out of it than they did the first time as well. Because like I've mentioned earlier, many characters, you meet 15 characters in book 1 in the first couple of chapters. So, it's an inundation of information that you can consume the second time around. So I always believe you should read books the second time. But yeah, I'm focusing on this, The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent, but still finishing the Brett Weeks series because he's one of my favorite authors. I will say that this series is a little bit more, I guess it's what happens and how it's more a little bit violent or more horrific than what I'm used to. Because The Way of Shadows, although it had that battle element, which is like my favorite series of all time, I still felt it wasn't overly like, it was graphic, but it wasn't like in your face graphic. This, I feel like this series is, really gritty science fiction fantasy. So yeah, it's been good so far. I love to see the growth of other authors as well and what space that they go in. I know what space I'm going in with my next trilogy. And yeah, I'm sure people that read me would like to see where that's going as well. So yeah, just wanted to reach out, say again, hello, welcome back to the year 2021. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited to get into more conversations with a lot of you that have reached out to me. And also, obviously, I'm still working with young writers who are developing their series as well, and how to just make sure you focus on your voice and yourself. And so sometimes we, I guess, interpret what people say to us as a way to feel. Don't ever let that like underpin or undermine what you're trying to do. So yeah, and that's why I definitely focus on things like this. And as everyone tells you, the hero's journey, it's always persistence. So persistent, guys, persistence, focus on the end result. And yeah, so yeah, just a little update. And we'll see you on the next video. I'm trying not to do too many because I'm fervently trying to develop Racendine and get it done. I'm hoping I can get it out to you by the end of this year, but I can't make any promises because it could be next year. But it definitely, that trilogy is, there's a big solid chunk of it established now, and I'm super excited for you to see how it goes. But yeah, first see how you go on the other side of canon and the current trilogy and the companion novel, and or the 2.5 companion novel and the prequel as well. All right, guys. Well, have a good week. I hope you're enjoying the sun or the rain, wherever you are. It's really been up and down weather here at the moment. I'm not sure why, but that's just the coast of Australia. And yeah, and like us, we're enjoying the beach time. So I hope you're enjoying your time wherever you are in the world and in the silly universe. As always, vector safely, guys. Ta.